Good to go.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Pin High Podcast presented by Pin High Media. Scottie Scheffler won the Players. There's a rollback of balls, and now it's daylight savings time. It's officially golf season. Let's get into it.
This is Jordan Spieth here, and
This is the Pin High Podcast.
All right, let's get inside the ropes to start the week. Let's start with the Players. Scottie Scheffler has been, obviously we all like Scottie Scheffler, but he's kind of been depriving us of just some much needed drama. Not much needed drama. There's been some great drama over the past 3 months of the PGA Tour, but it really sucks when he plays that boring brand of golf that we always talk about and just crushes everybody.
It's the Players, and it's potentially some of the most climactic endings in all of golf with that 3-hole stretch at the end. And it felt like none of it even mattered, even if he hit in the water on all three of them.
Yeah, he could have bogeyed all 3 holes. Would have been fine.
At the Masters, he 4-putted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the weirdest things to think about in 20 years.
Yeah, and you're right. 2 of his 2 biggest wins of his career have been running away with the tournament, not even close, leading into Sunday and just closing it out, not even really being. I guess you could argue Cam Smith before 12 at Augusta, but not even really being a question at any point. I said it a few weeks ago. I think we can all agree we love Scottie, we like Scottie, but I almost root against him in these situations just because he is so consistent. You just know he's going to win. You know he's going to make the shots. Even on, I saw a few shots on Sunday. I was away all weekend, but the shot, I think he snap hooked his second shot in 2, and he's you knew he was obviously gonna make par, and then he's not gonna make a mistake like Minwoo Lee did on 4 and 11 all day. So
yeah,
he's gonna win.
That's what I was getting to. Nobody else behind him was really pushing to win that tournament. Hatton, yes, was 7 under for the day, and he did sneak into a second place finish, but he was so far back. Yeah, they were both so far back to start the day that it was Scheffler wasn't gonna lose that many shots to the point where anything could happen. The only one that could really catch up to him would have been Minwoo Lee, and he went 4 over for the day. So it was what are we gonna do about that? Nothing.
And some of those guys, other than had some slip ups along the way. Max Homa all of a sudden kind of put himself in there.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, none of them legitimately had a chance. There was a time where you thought maybe they did, but when it was all said and done, Scottie made none of those mistakes and only replaced them with birdies.
Yeah, basically, and that's how you get a 5-shot win.
Yeah.
Kind of no pressure down the stretch. It's great to take out all that pressure on the final 3 holes. Those are if those holes you're going into with pressure, things could go wrong for you, but he had no real there was no chance for him to really have pressure on any of those holes. He could have, like I said, he could have bogeyed all of those holes and been fine. So yeah, good for him, I guess.
We were 1 week off on Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah, hindsight.
Yeah,
maybe we should have picked him for the Players just based on the fact that it's the biggest purse in golf, but I can't be too disappointed about last week. The Arnold Palmer is another pretty big purse. It's an elevated event. We thought he was gonna win, and he just didn't. So
yeah. It's just it's like we've said before. It's unfortunate we missed one of multiple Scottie wins, one of multiple Rahm wins. If we came on T3 week when they've won 2 or 3 other times, it's just kind of unfortunate, I guess. Is the right word. Yeah. We picked them in spots that they played great. It's just didn't finish at the end.
RIP to anybody who put Rory or Rahm in their one and done pool this week, because
that was a disaster.
Oh my, that would have been a disaster if you blew that on them.
Yeah, Rahm withdrew with an illness, right?
I think Rom might have had like food poisoning was the rumor I saw going around on Twitter.
Tough.
And as somebody, or not food poisoning, maybe the flu, food poisoning, I'm not sure what it was. Somebody who had the flu like a couple weeks ago, I would not have been able to play a round of golf.
Yeah.
Especially at the level that John Rahm plays golf.
Poor John Rahm. He can't get it right with the sickness. When he was it the Memorial when he was leading like by so many shots, and then they said he
COVID.
tested positive for
John
COVID.
Rahm played well day one.
Yeah.
Didn't
Can't
he?
catch a
Wasn't he like
break.
3 under?
Yeah, he played okay.
I mean, like
Yeah,
that
tough.
puts you.
It's in
for
position.
sure right up there. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you never know what happens. Like maybe it turns into a 2-horse race with like Rahm and Scottie going like 16, 17 under down the stretch. So
Yeah, and even just looking at the leaderboard, you're right, Jake. It was Hatton was 7 under, but no one else was better than 4 under the day. Like no one really made Hideki made a bunch of bogeys, but it's like Cam Davis didn't really do anything. Shot himself in the foot. Minwoo Lee obviously shot himself in the foot, but no one really could, I guess, sustain the round to even like challenge Scottie in any way, and it just I don't know. Probably gonna see a lot more of this.
The beginning of the round was very entertaining because you had Minwoo making an early little push. I mean, pretty quickly that went away. I think it was hole 4 he talked about but like the first couple of holes, like you're like, okay, we're settling into maybe a fun little round of golf here. And then at a certain point, like, like the front 9, there's people mixing their way in, but once you hit like hole 12 or something like that, I'm pretty sure Scottie kind of had it like on lock.
I mean, the aura of Minwoo Lee walking to the first tee. He's wearing a mock neck. He has the stash going. Kind of has like a little mullet. Like the aura of him walking to the first tee. I'm like, Minwoo is gonna make something happen today, and it just didn't actually happen.
Quickly has risen the ranks. He's receiving votes for in my top 5.
I agree.
He's not in there, but he's receiving votes.
He's got to play a little bit better, I think.
He's receiving like 103 votes, and he just needs to get over that.
We were on the Minwoo train for a while.
Was that?
No, we're pretty early to the Minwoo train, I think. He's kind of a stick. Like
we're good at doing that. I mean, I feel like I wasn't as active on golf Twitter as I am now when we were on like the Zalatoris and Mito Pereira train. Do you think I'm assuming golf Twitter was probably all over that pretty early.
Well, so the Minwoo thing is like he went on Rick Shields' like channel, I think it was, and that's probably the reason why he has such a cult following. But he also is like a fun guy. He does post on TikTok a lot, which is interesting. Ben Griffin's another guy that played pretty well this week. Another TikTok guy. So I don't know. Maybe there's something to that. Post on social media, get a following, play well, could bring you somewhere.
Well, it also like we were in I think we were pretty early. Alcacera,
we were very early.
Pretty early on Zalatoris, just because we had an interview lined up with him, and then
Zalatoris had 2,000 followers on Instagram when we DM'd him.
Yeah, and like 2 months later, he's like, or like less than
pardon my take.
6 months later, I'm pardon my take, and it's like, all right, well, we have no chance now. Like that was it. But
still raise our DMs.
Yeah, Mito, we were on. I don't even know.
I don't know if there's anyone else, but like there's some small guys. Like I think we might have been on Hayden Buckley pretty early. I think Jeek was. I think Jeek really liked Hayden Buckley pretty early, but he's like not as successful.
How early were we on Tom Kim? Like we love Tom Kim.
I don't think we're.
I think Tom Kim kind of broke out before.
Wait, no, I kind of. So like, no, but I wasn't.
Oh, Cam Young.
We were on to Cam Young. Cam Young's a good
Cam
call.
Young.
Local Westchester kid, I think.
Yeah, after Riviera, we were like, this guy's a baller, and then.
Yeah, but that's not really that on. Like
no, it's not.
Because
like, not like we
look at one guys like that, Cameron Young, whatever. We're like somewhat like we're early adopters a little bit, but like Zalatoris, we were like. And that is the one where we were in there. We were DMing with him, about to get him on the podcast when he had 2,000 followers. If it wasn't for Trevor's need to play in a qualifier.
If I didn't make triple on that one hole, it would have been worth it.
the other one. No, I'm kidding.
Fair.
I don't
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, tough. I should have just interviewed him one-on-one. He probably would have been like, "What's going on here? Why is it just me? and
Yeah,
this one kid just."
But no, so like going back to like we just talked about like Ben Griffin and Min Woodley having some good like TikTok followings or whatever, is like that is the quickest way to grow a following right now. And it's becomes increasingly easier if you're a professional athlete who can like give access like to like PGA Tour events, like behind the scenes to people. I think you're like, if you're one of the smaller guys on tour, you're kind of a fool for not at least trying to do that. Because like, you don't
Absolutely.
have any resemblance of a personality in the world of golf that you can show off, everyone's going to start loving you, because a lot of the time you don't get to see it. But you know, when Ben,
Well, it's like Max Homa started it all basically just by like roasting people's swings on Twitter, and now he's gotten a lot
good,
better
yeah.
since then. Yeah, but still, he's very, very personable, and he's on all these shows, and
look at
he's
all
hilarious
the partnerships that's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
His shirt is filled with not only like just like a bunch of brands, like a bunch of very good brands that pay him a lot of money. So if you're you know, like Ben Griffin, exactly, like he'll start to get a bunch of partnerships and stuff just from his TikTok, I bet.
Right, and his story is very unique. Like he has a unique story. He quit golf for a couple years, went and worked in the real like corporate world, and then decided, I'm gonna go back and play golf. Got like a sponsor, and made it this far. I mean, Ben Griffin was your on-course interview on the third round of the Players. Like, there's no chance that Ben Griffin was getting an on-course interview if he wasn't like, if he didn't have the following on TikTok or Instagram or whatever.
And it's not even that big, which is the crazy part. I think the last time I checked, he had 37,000 on TikTok, which is not that many.
Right, but it's just more than the other random PGA Tour golfers that are out there. So,
I mean, I don't know if who the person to tell these players that. I don't know if it's like a consultant or an agent, but like, dude, get in there.
Especially if
you also got to be like, you can't just be a Latin American tour and do this too. Like you got to be like, you got to be a good, like basically you got to be on the PGA Tour. You got to be playing.
Well, if you do it on the Latin American Tour or the Korn Ferry Tour, you got to like actually bring some like personality towards it, because if you do that, people will think it's funny. And
well, like who's like what?
But you don't even
Carl,
need to bring
that
much personality, because like Ben Griffin, yeah, like personable guy, but I don't think his videos are like anything crazy funny. Like
it's just like a day-to-day, like what people want to know what the day-to-day of a PGA Tour golfer is. It's intriguing to see what he does on a daily basis.
Put in the hands of somebody like at that level who also just ends up being like pretty funny. Star is born right there.
Yep.
Right. I mean, I think there's this guy who plays like golf and football at some like D3 school or something. Maybe it's a D1 school.
Kennesaw State.
Yeah, Kennesaw State. I forget his name, but
yeah,
he has like a following on TikTok, and he's not like an amazing golfer, I don't think. So it's like,
I mean, obviously, it doesn't take being good at golf to get a following. Like,
yeah, right. But he just posts like his day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's even like it's just like even social media, like the GM Golf, like they're all. They're just on social media. Yeah, they're very good players, and like they're not like obviously not PGA Tour quality. And Micah's like trying or whatever, but like they just have a presence online. Like that's just getting them the club deals, for God's sake. It's, I don't know, new age of golf.
It makes sense, because it's like, why would I spend money on sponsoring? Somebody's gonna get another ricochet shot here. Jason Duffner, he's a PGA Tour. He's a
winner.
Major winner. You won a major before.
And then, but like, there's not as many eyes on somebody small as there is on Micah Morris and Grant Horvat and all those guys.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Just a new way to do things. But yeah, I mean,
also I have another thing on the players.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you feel it was like I didn't watch a whole lot of it. I was away, but and I meant to ask this last week on the pod because it was uh like we had just come off like the Arnold Palmer, and like before that it was um whatever Waste Management, Tory, and Genesis. I feel like the players is kind of like, do you think it's kind of losing its mojo or losing its like luster? I guess.
I don't think so. I
It's
was
like a
into it the first
No,
2
I
days
was
I was
pretty
yeah,
into
fully
like
it.
in.
it's
The
like if
golf
I was
course
home,
is
I'd
so
definitely be
interesting.
watching. Like I'm still like it's still number 5 behind the majors in terms of like what I'm into, but it's like all these other events are kind of creeping up to it in terms of money, in terms of
Yeah.
importance, and all the best players are going to be there. Like it's interesting to think
I'd
about.
say that is
Yeah.
true, that it doesn't sneak up on you as such
Yeah.
a shock to the system as much because we've been following such high stakes golf for like, 2 months now.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Like
on the other
it's not something we're looking forward to because like you see all the top players and you see like every week, almost every week now it seems like, and then
It's the
they're all
golf
there at the
course.
players and like, all right, it's kind of the same. Yeah, the golf course is obviously like, I'm not saying it's
I
not
could care less
special or
who's
important
playing
at
in
all.
this
Like it's
event. I could
awesome.
honestly almost care less who's at the top of the leaderboard. I mean, obviously, yes, it helps to have your big names at the top of the leaderboard, but the golf course is just so interesting, like especially the final 3 holes that it causes some drama, it causes some chaos, I think, and that's what's interesting to me.
Yeah, and you usually don't even need the like this week the leaderboard. Like Sky was like the only like player like the top like 10 in the world that was in the top 15 or something like that in the like on the leaderboard.
Right.
On like on the start of Sunday or something like that. Like it's crazy. Like it's like a place for a really random leaderboard, which is like I guess you could say bad for the PGA Tour, but
It's not really
their flagship event basically.
So I think
Yeah,
it's interesting because that the leaderboard does that because on one side there's all these cuts they're taking away supposedly. We don't even specifically know which ones they're taking away. Like weren't they talking about not taking away the Genesis and the Arnold Palmer Invitational cuts?
I mean, yeah, we'll have to see.
yeah,
But anyway,
yeah,
like, so that everybody's like, oh, that takes away opportunities from all these players like that are
outside the top 60
70
or 50.
or
Yeah.
top 60. But
yep,
this leaderboard and this purse, like this purse is so big, it's the biggest purse in golf. And then, the leaderboard's random enough that like these guys do have a chance to make some money. So at least there's that. I don't know. I mean, like the world of golf's in a weird spot right now with all this.
I mean, it really is. I think what takes away from it also
a
is
great spot though.
it's not the best players in the world. Like it's the best players in the world are going to the Masters. The best players in the world are going to the U.S. Open, whatever. You are missing some guys just because of live, and that's kind of what sucks about the players is you're not going to have those guys playing in this tournament. Like I would have loved to see Cam Smith defend his title this week, but obviously he couldn't.
I wish we saw Cam Smith just drinking a Michelob Ultra like on the 17th hole with some buddies. Apparently he was playing like one of the par 3 courses like
In the
a
area,
couple miles away from Sawgrass.
I mean, he
yeah,
lives a couple miles away from Sawgrass.
that's like on that Thursday of the players, which is kind of wild. Like you're like, oh yeah, Cam Smith won the players. Like if you told me a year ago, Cam Smith would win the players and he'd be playing a par 3 course on a Thursday the next year's round. Like how that's just wild to think about.
Yeah. That's what takes a little bit away from the players, but it is what it is. I do think the golf course is so amazing that doesn't really matter who's playing.
I don't think that those players take that much away if they're not there, to be honest.
No, but they add a little
it's still
bit.
just if it was the Masters and they were not there, like it wouldn't take anything away from the Masters, I don't think, or the U.S. Open in my mind.
At the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it might take a little bit of it away if you're a very casual fan, but for us, which that's the broader audience,
That's the
reach.
rest of the audience.
But for us, like, I'll take Minwoo down the stretch any day. That's fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll watch him hit that 2-iron like with like 130 club head speed. I don't know what it is, but like that's fun to watch for me.
The 300-yard 2-iron, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's again and we're only missing what, like Brooks, Bryson, Cam, and I always forget who else is over there.
DJ,
That's it.
Joaquin
That's
Neiman, Mito Pereira. They have some guys.
Well, yeah. Well, like maybe Joaquin, Mito is.
He did it in a major last year. Yeah.
I know, but he didn't win it, and then he left for Live.
I mean, all those guys.
I'm just saying they have some guys.
All those guys that are like boys left together, and like I almost like when I saw that, like that they're all friends, like him, Carlos Ortiz, Joaquin Neiman.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of cool for them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I can understand from their perspective.
Like they're all friends, like all their wives and stuff. They just got a ton of money, and they're just probably chilling. They're like young too. They're like probably just like
Joaquin's like 20
together,
years
like a bunch of wine and like playing golf a little bit on the side.
I think I miss Joaquin Neiman a little bit more than I think I thought I would have. I don't know. I like him. He's a good
player. The Masters.
Yeah, true.
I think I'll find
he was my guy at last
guys like that at the Masters more than. I don't know if they'll be in a featured group though.
Yeah, would that be interesting? In one? I don't know. Probably not.
No,
I forgot what they did last year with Live guys.
For like,
it was awkward last year. Yeah, it was pretty awkward last year. The first major.
Immediately was very contentious.
Like, why did you leave? And then they wouldn't answer the question. But yeah, I don't know. One other thing about the players. Do you think they messed up in round 3, like making the course so easy? I think they were expecting like wins and stuff, and they put all the pins in gettable spots, and there was just like a lot of movement on Saturday. Course record too, Tom Hoagie.
Yeah, I think for that reason, maybe because, like, you're talking about the course's integrity there with a course record, but what can you do? Like, you expected there to be weather, there wasn't.
Yeah, they just had all the pins funneling into like everybody would hit a shot pretty far away, and
Saturday's
funnel
supposed
into
to be like a pretty scoring day, right? Like, don't they usually set the pins up like that?
I guess, but maybe not. That's the easiest I've ever seen it like set up, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But I guess it's like that for everybody.
It's also like this course is not like it's not like the winning score is 8 under par too. Like there are going to be days if it's soft and a little wet, not as much wind, like they're going to be able to score well. But I don't know. I didn't really watch much of it. I guess I wish it was a little bit hard, just so Scottie would have come back a little more to the field. Because didn't he make like 5 birdies in a row?
It was
at one point
fest on Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, or was that Sunday when he made 5 birdies in a row?
No, he was only 3 under on Saturday or on Sunday. It was Saturday he made a move, but
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it is what it is. It was easy for everybody, so if you didn't take advantage of it,
exactly,
you weren't at the top.
Jason
Day was one of the guys that didn't take advantage of it. I think he was only like 3 under that day, and like he just like fell down the leaderboards.
That was very disappointing.
He kind of sucked too.
Yeah.
But some more news came out after the players that the USGA would be. Would the terminology be rolling back the golf ball? That the terminology we've been using?
Yeah, I think so.
So this is interesting, and it's a debate that's been going on for a couple years now with like this increased distance where you see Matthew Fitzpatrick being able to hit the ball.
I mean, dude, this week Minwoo Lee is hitting the ball 330 yards. Like he's a stick. Yeah. Like I don't understand it.
He's always crushed the ball.
Yeah, I know.
He's different body frame than Matt Fitzpatrick. Like Fitzpatrick's a little more stocky. Minwoo is just like he's like a Rory. Just
he's it's amazing.
They're rolling back the golf ball. I believe the USGA, the PGA Tour hasn't adopted it just quite yet. They haven't made a decision, but the USGA is rolling back their golf ball, and I believe, like I said, 2026. I saw a lot of takes on this, and I kind of like Justin Thomas is the best. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I saw a very, very little bit of it.
So he's essentially saying like, to sum it all up, the amateurs and the professional golfers are no longer playing the same game in this scenario. Where's the fun in that? Like,
Right.
I'm not playing the same game as them. Therefore, how do I compare how well they're playing so well that. All right, do you know what I'm saying
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, I
With the
understand it.
same parameters. Yeah.
I think part of the take is like these golf courses can't just keep getting longer and longer. If you don't do anything, they're just a yard's going to be added every year to the point where in 20 years they're going to be hitting the ball 350 every like time they tee it up. So it's like I think they're testing it at like a certain club speed with a certain launch angle or whatever, and they're just trying to make the ball go less than like 317 yards or something. At that 127 club head speed, I think is what it was.
Well, if their testing on this golf ball was anything like their testing of the grass that they made for the Super Bowl, I have some
We're
questions.
screwed.
I have some questions.
But yeah, they're obviously they're trying to. Yeah, I guess. But obviously they're trying to make it so that like more courses don't have to make drastic changes just to be able to host like major events. Like the fact that all these golf courses have to go under these huge renovations just to move tee boxes back, and the fact that some courses have to move tee boxes behind greens even if there's people on the greens, like it's getting a little ridiculous to the point where maybe rolling back the golf ball for just these elite events makes sense so that golf courses don't have to buy more land and golf courses don't have to like conform to what the current game is. So I think it's interesting.
I understand that, and I like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, you don't want to see what Southern Hills you're hanging over, like whatever green it is. Like, it's like, but it's also like we kind of like that stuff. We kind of love seeing that at those tournaments and the kind of the quirky stuff they have to do. But like, yeah,
Yeah, but
like
like
golf,
for
like
example, St. Andrews last year.
but how far, how far back, how far are we going to realistically hit the ball? Like,
I mean, they've been
like you can
adding a
only
yard every year for the last 20 years. Like, why wouldn't they stop? You know, just with
yeah.
how good the
I mean,
equipment's getting and like how, fast these swing speeds getting and the training and stuff like that. I could see them hitting the ball another yard every year for the next 10, 15, 20 years. So, I don't know.
yeah, like
2026 is also quite a ways away. So by the time this comes around, I feel like some sort of sound decision will be made here.
Right.
I also don't think like I personally am against it just because like I think of it as if you can drive the ball really far and like you hit the ball really far, like that's a skill you have. Like that's you train for that, and like some people maybe train more for it, some people maybe train less for it, and like that's a decision you make, and you like that's a part of the game, and it's a skill, and it's like I think it gives some people have an advantage off the tee and some people an advantage on the greens. Like those people off the tee have like
my response to that would be like, well, you still have the advantage. Like if everybody's on the same playing field, me hitting the ball 300 yards versus somebody hitting it 280 is the advantage, like off the tee. Even if instead of saying it's 320 versus 300, So
It's like, so you just don't like seeing, like you said, St. Andrews, the winning score being, what was it? 20?
I just like it. I think the course is like that's a course that you can't
Oh, it
really
was,
expand. You can't expand it, right? You can't expand St. Andrews,
No.
so they're gonna have to move the majors away from St. Andrews if they're like in 10 years they're all driving the green on every hole.
But like how much but again, like how much fun was it to watch St. Andrews? Like it wasn't about like necessarily how far they hit the ball. It was about like the best shot of the whole tournament was Cam Smith getting up and down from around the road hole bunker by putting it.
Right.
Like in Southern Hills, it was, I don't remember how long Southern Hills was, but the score was 500 or 600 par because it wasn't just rough around the greens. It wasn't like it wasn't like Oak Hill that we're going to see this summer, where it's just going to be straight target, like straight hit in the fairway, or you're screwed, or hit on the green, or you're in 2 feet of rough. Like they can get like I think there's ways to be creative about. Like if they're worried about, like I guess they're worried about more about distance in terms of golf courses and land or whatever. But if they're worried about scores, like there's better solutions than.
Yeah, I don't think they're worried about scores.
Hit the ball too far.
I don't
Okay,
think them taking 15 yards off the ball is going to change the scores at all. Basically.
No, you're right. It won't.
So then what are they?
they just want to make it so that golf courses don't have to spend millions of dollars to expand, like, and buy land, and like even Augusta's doing it.
Well,
They're
PGA Tour
expanding
doesn't
the
have
golf
to
course.
adopt it at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
at the
Like
end of the day, they
PGA
don't.
Tour has
But
No.
not come out and said anything, have they?
I don't think so. I don't. There's
Not that
no
I know of.
honor against. It's just the USGA and the RNA. So like, if the US Open and the RNA they don't want to expand the golf courses, like, fine,
Well,
we can use those
and
balls for
this
those
is
tournaments.
this is also not definite either. Like this is
No,
like
not at
they're like
all.
these
It's
are
a testing
potential.
period.
Yeah, there's potential changes, and they wouldn't even go into effect in for what 3 years, something like that.
Right.
But I agree with like I kind of agree with Pat and like just JT comment. It's not the same game. Like we can't like we always like to compare ourselves, I guess, to pros
Hmm.
and say, oh, I don't know, like you said, like, oh, I hit like a drive on this hole, but like, and then like you're watching TV, you're like, wait, like an average fan would be like, wait, why is this pro hit a drive, but he hit 20 yards shorter than me? Like that doesn't
Or
really,
like the same distance.
The same.
Like
yeah, like that, like
Which
you're
that
supposed
could
to
be
see,
fun in itself.
you're supposed to see like
these guys,
extraordinary things with
I
like
mean,
these
listen,
guys.
they're all
like,
using
these
different
guys doing the
equipment
golf
Twitter
than us
trolls.
too.
These Twitter trolls are going to be like, oh, like I hit it the same distance as Cameron Young.
TikTok
like,
guys.
Right, yeah.
But,
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like you watch golf to see guys do extraordinary things, and like like drive the green on a par four and uh,
I mean,
all
I
that
think
stuff.
that's
And
still
I feel like this is
possible
kind
with
of
the
going back.
ball. I think that's
No,
still
I
possible
think
with
it
the new
is.
ball.
Like
But
I think it is, but it's just gonna. I don't know. I think it's unnecessary. To me, it's unnecessary.
I think they're just
I don't
trying to
even know if
save
it'd be an
themselves millions of
obvious-
dollars.
I don't know if it would be like to them maybe, but to us, like watching a golf tournament, I don't know if it would be an obvious thing.
Neither
might
do
not
I.
be.
They'll still have
I
their
have no idea.
330-yard drives because like the ball will land at 300 yards and roll 30 yards. Like they'll still have those. Like they're not getting rid of that. It's just getting rid of those. Say it's a burned out golf course, you hit it 320 carry distance and it rolls another 50 yards and you're almost at 400 yards on like a downhill drive. Like kind of gets rid of that.
Yeah,
a
I was
little bit.
watching
When they're
a good-
when they're saying roll back the ball, do they mean like just like it's the ball itself? They're changing the ball itself.
Right, they're
Yeah,
changing the
okay.
ball itself under certain swing club head speeds at certain launch, and like it's a whole science thing that I don't really understand. But they have that robot that hits the
science.
balls. They have that robot that hits the balls, and they want it to land less than what it currently does. So it's a lot of testing going on. Obviously, it's not. They don't have the ball that they are going to use yet, but I don't know. It's just like an open testing period.
But is that
and
a
see
ma-
what brands are going to say?
But is that like that one swing speed, like the 127 or whatever it is? Like, is that like
That's like the
But, like,
max
if you-
swing speed that you could
see that?
possibly have.
I think that's pointless because like what's the point of getting like if you get to that point like what's like you can't be like if everyone's hitting the ball at swing speed like there's no like everyone's gonna be playing this like same game, which I get like it's like I guess like maybe that's what they're trying to do, but it doesn't. I don't know. There's no like advantage to it at all. It's just like everyone's just gonna hit the same distance.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
I
what's the
guess,
fun in
but
that?
it shortens the golf course for golf courses. But I think like if you said to me, if you said to somebody 20 years ago, like Rory's gonna lead the PGA Tour of 320 like average driving distance this year, they would have been like 320. Are you kidding me? So like, why in 20 years, if somebody says, oh, so and so led the tour of 350 in driving distance average, like that's possible. I don't know. Like just based on how the trends go, like it's a yard every year is what they've been saying. Every year, a yard is gained by everybody somehow. So, who knows?
I have to read more into it.
So, do we want to talk about like daylight savings kind of making a golf season, or do we want to head into Valspar? Because
Let's
we
do
can
that at
talk
the
about that.
let's do that at the end. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
at
let's
the
do it in
end.
the clubhouse.
We want to head into Valspar. Okay. So let's get into skins. So we got Innisbrook Resort this weekend. Cheek, you played PGA National, not Innisbrook,
Yeah,
right?
no, I didn't play this course.
Okay, so it's a snake pit.
the Copperhead course.
Yes, the past 4 years, we had Paul Casey, Sam Burns, Sam Burns.
This is the
Paul
Paul
Casey, really,
Casey
guys.
Sam Burns Invitational.
Yes, exactly. But yeah,
Except
Paul Casey,
Casey's
another
not
guy
there.
we
Yeah, but he's a
lost to
live.
live.
Yeah.
We burned Sam Burns at so it was like Sanderson Farms, and he did not play that well. So
that was a tough one.
He will not be here in our lineup. Keegan Bradley withdrew today. He would have been kind of a good pick. I believe he was T2 or T3 2 years ago. Who do you guys like? Justin Thomas is notoriously good here. We've used him in the one and done
Yeah,
pool.
I mean we're in a top heavy field this week, so like your marquee players this week are JT, Jordan, Fitzpatrick, Burns, and like Fleetwood / Rose, I guess you could say, are marquee players.
Do you really think that one of those top guys like will definitely win like these other weeks?
No, I do not.
I think this is kind of like not a Valspar. It is the Valspar, like a Honda type week in terms of.
Yeah, I mean, one guy I would like to mention is Ben Griffin. We mentioned him earlier in the podcast. He's trending up. Like, he's played well. Obviously, I don't think he has any course history here, so there's nothing really to come off of there. But he is a guy that is, in the trend, has been playing well in the last couple weeks, and I could see him, going and winning an event. But that's no real stats off of that.
What have you guys seen as like the stats like needed? I guess like I know it's a tough golf course. But
it's like an elevation change course. There's a couple like dog legs and stuff, and then obviously we have the snake pit, the last 3 holes. Really narrow course. Yeah. Strokes gained off the tee has been the main one. I think it's the combination of distance and keeping it in the fairway, just based on how narrow the course plays. You want to be in the fairway this week, I think.
So like for instance, look at the top 3 from last year: Sam Burns, Davis Riley, Matthew Neesmith. What does that tell you?
Pure ball striker.
Ball
just
strikers,
like
all around ball strikers.
Ball strikers. Which you can kind of fit that in anywhere, but this course is especially.
I mean, like, even Paul. If you go back to Paul Casey, he's a ball striker the last 2 weeks.
Paul Casey is one of those guys that was like literally like strokes gain approach leader not too long ago. So we say that a lot. And it's one of those terms that gets thrown around in like the DFS and betting space of golf and golf Twitter. But pure ball strikers are like who we're looking at this week.
I mean, if Corey Connors was playing this week, he would be a guy at target. I think he would fit this course.
I don't
really
think
well.
he is.
He's not playing this week. Which sucks. But yeah, ball strikers is what this course is, and it's a tough one to call. Like, who are the ball strikers this week in the field?
I mean, Tommy Fleetwood's coming off, but we actually burned him, didn't we?
I think we did.
We
burned
did.
him.
Yeah.
I think Adam Hadwin's a good play.
He has good course history.
Good hit. He's won here. He's playing. His name has popped up in leaderboard a few times that you're like oh yeah, I'm Hadwin's up there.
Finish, but you're right. He has.
No.
Kind of
how has Will Gordon been playing? Because he's top 5 in strokes gained ball striking.
What did I guys text you the other night?
You did text us something.
I said, "Don't ask me why on Sunday night at 11:30." Feels like a Will Gordon / Taylor Montgomery week. I don't even know.
I can definitely see Taylor
Montgomery. I don't think is playing. Now looking at the odds.
I mean, I'm looking at the ball striking rankings here. Will Gordon is 4th in strokes gained ball striking.
Okay.
Ooh.
I like that.
Interesting.
Is
75 to 1. What's his form? I mean, I guess he was playing pretty well at the Players. At one point, I don't know what he did on Saturday.
He finished T54.
Really?
Yeah.
Playing well at one point.
+2 on Sunday. T70 at the AP. T42 Honda. Like,
Well, he shot 84 on
Yeah.
in round 3 at the Arnold Palmer.
That'll get you. But
High
yeah,
scores
not too great.
So
Um,
what's Trey Mullinax? Speaking of, we just brought him up before the
165 in strokes gained ball striking.
Really?
Yeah.
That's shocking. That's shocking.
I mean,
What'd you say? Oh, I was talking about Trey Mullinax and how he came up, but he's 165th in ball striking. So I don't know if that fares very well.
Not that bad.
True.
Yeah,
we can't put everything just into pure ball striking, I guess.
No,
you're
not.
We can't. I mean, Justin Suh is a guy that's been playing really well recently.
He's up there in the odds list.
He's 44th in ball striking, which again, it doesn't have to be pure ball striking, but he might be the hottest guy in the field this week. T6, T24, T5 in the Florida swing. So it's
I could get down
worth a shot. I think he'll be a popular pick this week.
What do you guys think of this amateur? I think his name's like Ludwig Aberg.
Oh, Ludwig.
What do you guys think of him?
Can you pick an amateur in this? Because he doesn't make any money.
Oh, good point. Let me look.
Amateur wins and he just has a 0 paycheck.
I don't.
Also, when's the last time? Not that I'm saying we're picking a winner. When's the last time an amateur has won a PGA Tour event?
Good question. Probably Phil.
Yeah, I don't.
Tiger.
A very long time. I'm looking up if he's in if we're able to pick him.
I mean, Davis Riley had the second place finish here last year. He's just like kind of one of those names that pops up in events like this.
I don't remember the login to the office football pool as of right this second, so I don't know.
I don't know if I'm into picking an amateur.
No, I agree. Justin Suh.
The last time an amateur won was 1991, and it was Phil.
Okay.
Long time ago.
So far, based off of what we said, I've liked Hadwin, although he'll be popular, but who cares? I've liked Justin Suh.
Okay, another name I will mention, Akshay Bhatia, 9th in strokes gained, ball striking.
Okay, but that's very small sample size, and he's really only had success at resort courses.
Fair.
Didn't you say this is a resort?
Technically a resort.
Like Bahamas, Bermuda, like type deal, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Like literally where his best, not only good finishes, but like his good finishes are.
Yeah, makes sense. But
it's a tough one.
It is tough.
It is. What about JT Poston?
The Postman.
What's he done here in the past? Let me look.
Cut T54, cut T14.
T14. We're not really looking.
T14 in 2017. Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going from 2017 till now.
Skip 2018.
What about? Okay, hear me out. I don't want to just keep throwing names out there, but there are two names that just stood out to me. One, I'll just get off my chest real quickly. Laser beam pointed at the earth.
Joseph Brownlet.
And then the other, Derek Hago.
I feel like
I don't know if those are guys that
been playing that well.
Yeah.
I feel like Hago's fallen off of a cliff. I don't know why.
Okay.
Something just tells me that.
So I'm down for one of Justin Suh or Adam Hadwin. What do you guys think?
I feel like Justin Suh might be the safe pick on form. I feel like he's going to be a popular pick this week, though. But I don't really want that. Don't want that to like stop us from picking him. Though.
Yeah, I think Adam Hadwin might be more popular.
Yeah, potentially. I would be down for Justin Suh. I just think like I don't know. This is another pretty tough golf course. He's finished in the top 25, really the top 10 and 2 and top 25 and 1, like of 3 tough golf courses in a row. So I could see it happening again, right?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Barring anything changing like the next day, or no, starts tomorrow. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I kind of like it. This is a tough one. Like
It's a tough week.
Sam Burns might
It is
just go
tough
out
one.
and win for a third time. You never
He
know.
might. I wonder.
He hasn't been playing that great
Riley's
though.
been in
So
pretty good form. Hasn't he? Like, didn't he randomly just start kicking it up again? Like, where did he pop up on the leaderboard? Arnold Palmer Invitational.
yeah,
He popped up on the leaderboard there after being pretty bad for a while.
that's I was just looking at him, and then it's like T8, and then like everything else is kind of like meh, nothing special.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we'll go with for now, and then if we decide to change our minds in between now and tonight, we'll change our minds.
Mhm.
Let's get in the clubhouse to end the week. Like I mentioned, I mean, I'm looking out my window. It's 6:56. Yes, I have to look up because right there is a wall. Just another building. New York, baby. It is daylight saving. The sun has not set yet. It's 6:57. I think it sets in like 5 minutes, but it kind of makes it golf season.
Yeah,
It is.
kind of. It does
Granted,
have
it
that
snowed
feeling, right? It's coming.
Granted,
It's
it snowed.
still a couple
Spring.
days away.
But today,
Yeah, it's cold out
nice
here.
ish. Not really. It's like still 40.
Not yet.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Yeah.
We're getting there. I remember, so like a week from Saturday will be the Sweet 16. And I'm pretty sure like 2 years ago, like the day of the Q Sweet 16 game, I golfed on like a 70-degree day. So in Syracuse too. So I think we're approaching it.
Getting close. It's funny that the tourney always reminds me of high school baseball tryouts on the turf. First couple rounds of the tournament.
Walking over to the turf and being like, "Oh damn, Duke just lost to Mercer."
Yeah.
That's the one that I remember. I don't really remember many others.
I remember being on spring break when that happened. I was playing golf when that happened in like Florida, I think.
That was during. It might have been spring break. Yeah.
I might have also left squirrely. Who knows?
Yeah, I think you might have because I think we walked over from like class. Whatever. That's high school. But
Yeah.
I think after this weekend, so one of my friends is coming in for the weekend, and then I think after this weekend, I might just go home for the week next week, work from home, and just like play golf after work.
It's not a bad
That's a lot.
plan. I'll be in Costa Rica next week, so summer's coming early for me.
That's
kind of sick.
That's a good week to go. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right in between March Madness or like the first 2 rounds of the Sweet 16.
And
So
then
like, you're not really
Masters
missing
after that.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, summer's coming early. Gonna get a taste of it and then come back and it'll probably be like 35
Are you
degrees like
bringing
one
your
day.
clubs? Have you decided?
I have not decided yet. I don't know. They have
Are you
stealth.
playing either
They have
way?
stealth rentals. Yeah, I'm playing either way. They have stealth
Stealth
rentals, so I might use those, but we'll see.
I feel like at this point, like in the season, you don't need to use your own clubs because I don't think it's really gonna matter what you do. Like I don't think you're gonna shoot low with your own clubs.
Like honestly, the cost is like like it's $60 to rent clubs. It's like probably around the same price to just like check my own club. So it's just a matter of if I want to lug them around or not.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like if I'm gonna play 2 or more rounds, maybe I'll bring them. If I'm only gonna play 1, maybe 2 times, probably not. So we'll see.
You know the name of the course you're playing yet?
I did. It's some.
I'm very curious what a Costa Rican.
I want to look up what looks
Golf
like.
course.
Probably looks awesome.
I'm like
It's the
you like
Reserva
Newport?
Conchal Beach Resort Golf Course.
Resorta.
Reserva Conchal.
Reserva. How do you spell that?
like
Poncho. Oh, I
reserve
got
with
it.
an
I got
A.
it. I got it.
Yeah.
Well,
It looks pretty nice. Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. I literally thought like rainforest vibes
Yeah.
Yep.
with a golf course in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's like kind of close to the beach. So yeah, I don't know. Should be fun. It's a championship golf course. My
Any
game's probably in
Costa Rican-
shambles right now.
Any Costa Rican golfers?
I don't think so. I don't think Costa Rica's a big golf.
I'm assuming this is like a resort course, so it's not like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a nice course. That
Morgan
everybody plays.
Hoffman, I guess you could say, is from Costa Rica.
Yeah. You could say. Yeah. You could say Morgan Hoffman.
From that, I think he just like
Oh, yeah, I
rebirthed
know.
himself there.
Yeah.
Right. There's one amateur, Paul Chaplet. He is a Latin America amateur champion, but yeah, not really.
Well, somebody has to be the Latin America amateur. I mean, I guess there's other countries, obviously, but
I mean, yeah, like the Joaquin Neiman's, Mito Pereira's, but yeah.
fair. Okay. I mean, I'll just be playing Silvermine, and I'll be playing the front side because
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm assuming the other side doesn't open until April 1st.
Probably.
Oh, Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
Jake told me this, but there is a new tee box on 7.
7's the par 4 across the road.
Yep.
Yes.
Where is
It's
it?
over by 8 green.
They moved it to the right a little
Ooh.
bit, I think. Yeah.
Makes it interesting.
Makes it easier, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that seems like it'd make it. You're so tight to that left side
It already
on
is,
that
easy,
original
Yeah.
tee box.
but I'll
That'll
take
be
it.
interesting.
I'll
Yeah.
take easy.
I'm picking up my Stealth 2 tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And then play on
we didn't
Saturday, I
even
think.
talk about Rory. We didn't even talk about Rory's like not using the stealth.
Yeah.
Like he hates it apparently.
This is
But,
great
like,
timing for
Scottie
me
won
getting the driver.
with the stealth too, so like get over yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
Morikawa went back
Morikawa
to
didn't use
sim.
it either. Yeah. He's the sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is he not in the news about it?
Because I don't think it's as forgiving as the other like at the club that they use is not as forgiving as the other ones. I think like, you know, when you get down to the stealth, the regular stealth, I guess, like it's probably fine. But for the pros, I
thought
guess
it
it's
was
just
fine
not
when I
as
played
forgiving.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stealth 2 at least. I
We'll
don't
see.
know. Yeah.
I think Rory.
I know for
finds some bad golf.
I know for a fact my Stealth 2 will be much more forgiving and better than my M4.
What we figured out here is that Rory will not win the Masters, unfortunately.
When you doubt him is when he wins.
He's got a month. He's got a month.
Okay, then I'll keep doubting him, and maybe he'll win.
He was just competing last. He just almost won last week at the Arnold Palmer.
Rory shows up to the Masters with like a Nike driver. Just means business.
Oh, that'd be so sweet. The Vapor.
Yeah, the Vapor.
Yeah.
Pair him with Patrick Reed. Get him fired up. Get him going. Throw
I
a
mean,
tee at him the first tee.
I said this the other day. Also,
You did.
That it'd be so. I think it would be very funny if Patrick Reed won the Masters.
It'd be the worst and
It'd be
the funniest and the worst thing in the world.
All-time
Yeah.
sports day.
Yeah. It'd be so bad but so good at the same time.
Yeah, okay, I
But-
agree.
It's also like only like 51 here, by the way. Like on Saturday, it's supposed to be like 51. Like I agreed to play. I was in Utah. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be warm in Atlanta when I get back. Like,
I
I'll
mean,
be fine.
51's good for us over here.
Yeah, but like it was like 70s before I
so
left. You know,
chilly.
it's like a high of like 65 like tomorrow, and that's like the high of like next like week and a half.
That's like 51's like fall golf season.
No, I'll be playing in that
yeah.
next week, but it's still cool.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm playing it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm like, damn, I thought it would have been a little
You
bit
still need to
warmer.
bundle up a little bit at least.
Yeah, like I'm gonna probably have to wear pants.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I might even wear the sweatshirt. Who knows?
I think that's
We'll see.
like sweatshirt and pants weather, and then maybe the sweatshirt
Yeah.
comes off.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I think
After
that's
like
a good.
3 holes.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Good outfit to
But
have.
then maybe comes back on it.
We're also gonna be on. I'm playing that lake course that is like right in the water on the lake, so it might be a little bit colder on the lake. So it might be sweatshirt on the whole day kind of vibe.
Might be.
So we'll see. Yeah, but I'm excited. Can't wait for tomorrow. Gonna hit the range and then I'll be ready for Saturday.
I was about to suggest we give each other our Final Fours, but we're all in the same pool. By the way, I need to bend money.
Jake's not in the pool.
I didn't even enter the pool. I'm
You have
fully
two
out on the
brackets
pool.
in the pool.
You're not entering the pool. I didn't enter two
Nah.
brackets in the pool.
I'm doing a couple
I-
other pools. Trev and I were talking about this beforehand. I rather spend my money on like an extra entry into like one of the major pools than do like another bracket. Because I've like never even gotten close to a bracket.
That's completely fair because I'm only doing one.
Yeah.
I'm only doing one paid
I'm like
one,
doing
I
the
think.
company one, and then like maybe one other like some guy at the company is doing another one, and then that's probably it.
I wouldn't want to do multiple because like odds are you're not going to win your March Madness pool. Like,
Oh no,
it's
is that?
really
Don't you
hard.
say that. I'm. This is the year, Pat. I'm winning the pool
I
this
mean,
year.
I
Have you ever
don't
won
even
it?
think I've ever finished in the top like half. So
Yeah, I don't
Or
even think
what-
I've
one-
ever like put together a bracket that did well.
yeah,
The year when Wisconsin lost to Duke in the championship game, I won $1,000. That was 8 years ago.
I'm saying this, and then I'm gonna win the company men's and women's bracket. So I think it's like $1,000 each. So we'll see.
That's it.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be more than that.
no
Like,
entry
there's-
fee.
there's- oh, no entry fee. Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say if it was like $20, then like you're probably looking at like so much money.
Yeah, I know.
Does that get taxed?
No.
I don't know. But
I
anyway,
don't think so.
I'll give away my pick. My sleeper. Kansas State's going to the Final Four.
Okay.
They're my boys.
All right.
They're my boys.
I'll
nothing
give
to
my
say about
my
that.
sleeper pick is I have Creighton in the Final Four.
Okay. That's a different region, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 6th seed in their region is Kentucky. Okay.
Yes,
Gotcha.
I'm very aware of the 6th seed in Kansas State's region too.
Why?
No reason.
Oh,
They
okay.
should play like the QB shootout like this week. Like they should just do it during bracket season. Just have the like bracket tournament.
tomorrow at noon. Like, oh
I mean,
my
next week we'll
God,
have the
wait.
other bracket.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
I did one with my team at Ogden last year, but I'm pretty sure
we
I
did one
pretty
too.
bad.
didn't
We did a bracket challenge 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We
Gave
gave
some
away
stuff.
like a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
That was. So today I was looking back at our YouTube, and like I just like clicked on a random episode. It's like, it's crazy how long we've been doing this.
I know.
know.
Episode 174.
Is that what we're at? 174. Damn.
Yeah. Rolling.
It has like we went from so many stages because I was like, I wonder what I was like on like at this time of the year, like in like 2020, like when I got my tonsils out. I was like, what was I feeling like at that point? Whatever. This is probably running a little bit long, so we should wrap it up. But next week, maybe we'll get together like a pin high bracket challenge.
Yeah, why not?
Put like $5 in it or something. We'll see.
I'm down.
All right. So if you're listening, you wanna get some in on some action on that, DM us on Instagram, Twitter, whatever.